Welcome into another live and girl from government shutdowns to protests around the world. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get it going and roll the intro, y'all.
This time is smoky stuff.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. It took me a minute to get that one together, but we here for episode 2. So yeah, so we are now in day 3, breaching into day 4 of the government shutdown. And listen, people are either propaganda, lying, or
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
when I look at it, I'm just sitting there like,
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
let's get into this drama. So this government shutdown has taken effect a few days ago, and people Affordable Care Act, if you guys don't really understand what's going on. This Affordable Care Act it's just, let's say, for those of us who pay for our, it keeps it in a way that depending on how much you make, they can't really overcharge you per what you can actually pay. Something that's actually affordable, an affordable plan, which is also known as the Obamacare, for those who don't really. Both sides had a lot to say about this shutdown this weekend, and I'm gonna give y'all a chance to actually take a look at what they say before I actually say what I want to say, because some of the shit, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but some of the stuff that they were been saying, and a lot of it is not.
These are lies!
Welcome to day 3 of the Democrat shutdown. You can see it's pretty empty around here. There's normally a lot of activity. On an average day, we have about 7,000 visitors here in the Capitol. School children and school groups and visitors and constituents, but they're not here right now. And around the country, all around the country right now, real pain is being endured by real people because the Democrats have decided to play politics.
You full of That's what you are. You full of
Sit up here and say, oh, the Democrats decided to play politics. Yeah, we're playing politics. Politics is called politics, isn't it? Okay, so they're going to play politics.
Update on where things stand with this Democrat shutdown. And then to reiterate once more, present the simple facts about what we're facing. This is necessary because the Democrats have a full-out assault to spin the facts and try to pretend as though they are not what they actually are. And some of the mainstream media are participating in this as well.
That's what you are. You full of
I don't know what else to say. Okay, I'm gonna let you continue though. I'm gonna let you continue. We gotta hear him out. We gotta hear him out, y'all. We gotta hear him out. You gotta hear this out. Yes.
Sentence. I was cut off by one of the networks, CNN. I hope you'll stay with us for a few more moments. Because what I was about to say before they went to try to disclaim my remarks was I was about to point to the very page in Chuck Schumer's counter-proposal continuing resolution that proves the very fact that we've been stating. So let me go through.
Say what?
What does Chuck Schumer have to do with this? Why do you keep reverting back to Chuck Schumer? Like, are you obsessed with this man? Is there some type of obsession you have with Chuck Schumer? This is all you ever mention. It's like, y'all, listen, I don't care whatever they talk about, they want to blame Chuck Schumer. But continue.
Has no question, and I want Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren and AOC and everybody else who's been trying to spin this truth to watch and try to refute what I'm about to show you. Now here's a visual aid, okay? This is the bill This is the counterproposal continuing resolution that Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats filed.
Shut your bitch ass up!
2 weeks ago, mid-September, the House passed a clean, simple continuing resolution. It merely continues the Biden-era policies and spending that we're enduring right now for 7 more weeks to allow the appropriations process to continue. That's Republicans and Democrats in both chambers working together to get the government funded.
So you and I know that sounds like some bullshit, because if that was the case, so why are they still voting no? If it was something that it was agreeable upon, explain to me why is they still voting no? So that means something ain't clean. But I'll let you continue.
We ran out of time because the end of the fiscal year is September 30th. We needed a few more weeks, so we sent it over. Ours is 24 pages in length. It says, let's just keep the status quo so this process, this procedure, this regular order can be done. Chuck Schumer rejected that. Senate Democrats rejected that. Now, 3 times they voted against that measure, and this is what they propose in advance, in exchange for that. So instead, the counterproposal, this is page 57. This is on our website. Go to speaker.gov. You can get all these visual aids for yourself, all right? Page 57, section 2141. You see the highlighted language. There's a lot of legalese in this legislation, in these bills, but it says that they want to repeal the health subtitle changes. What does that refer to? You read down here, Public Law 119-21. That's the one big beautiful bill. That's the American Families Tax Cut. What they
The big bullshit bill, but let's continue anyway.
Want to do is repeal the very important and necessary changes that Republicans voted to put into law. President Trump signed that into law on July 4th, triumphantly on Independence Day. It was a great marquee achievement for lots of reasons. Some of the most important provisions in that law was that it eliminated fraud and abuse of our health system.
It eliminated themselves out of being investigated. But I'm going to stop right there before they cut off my stream, because I said too much.
Medicaid has been rife with fraud and abuse, and so we reformed it. Why?
Trump's also been with fraud and abuse. Or did he not go to court for that?
That doesn't feel right.
It's the imagination games that they're playing. It's like they're going to point the fingers here, but they're not, they're going to hide their hands here. They're going to, dangle this over here and then take us back over here. And it's
You full of That's what you are. You full of
It's the fact that they really want to try to throw this off on Democrats as if they're not fighting for something that is actually, worth fighting for, is it not?
Right, you're right.
Listen, I don't know, again, what your obsession is, Mr. Mike Johnson. It's the fact that Mike Johnson is really sitting up here and, it's the bullshit. It's they're BS.
Hey, shut your mouth.
BSing the entire speech, making up numbers. I remember that clip with I wish I could find it, with who was that up there with Trump, and I think it was Jeff Bezos. Who was that? And it was having a meeting. He said, "I don't know what number you wanted me to say." They just chose a number and they went with that. So here we go with numbers and lies again. So when you hear them start mentioning numbers and how much this is and how much that is, I just want you all to remember to take that with a grain of salt.
To help provide more and better health services for the American people. Because the problem with Medicaid is it's been abused. We had so many people on Medicaid that never were intended to be there. Medicaid was written for the people who need it most, the elderly, the disabled, sometimes young pregnant women who are in difficult situations.
Let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. I'm telling you, shit is real. Shit is getting real. Woo! Guess what, bitch?
But the resources are being drained. You know why? Because there was 2 primary categories of people that should never have been there in the first place. One was able-bodied young men who are riding the wagon who should be working. We got them back to work.
Shut your bitch ass up!
And if they were, so So if they were illegal aliens, yes, if there were illegal aliens getting used in the Medicaid system and they were bringing come in, you understand that there's other diseases in other countries that we don't even have probably the capability to even fight for in our own country. So to keep us safe, if yes, they're gonna come here, make sure they get checkups, make sure that they are healthy enough to be here, they can come and bring something that can cause another epidemic. Those are just procedures. Is that not? Is that not how you have a book of procedures and how you do things and keep, your country safe? Or is that not no longer or is this no longer your goal? If that's no longer your goal, I'm gonna need y'all to just say that. I've had enough of Mike Johnson, so we can go ahead and listen to John over here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Speaker is right. We have an opportunity to pick up a House-passed bill that, if it passes the Senate, will be sent to the White House. The President will sign it, and the government will reopen. It's that simple and that straightforward, and that's all we're talking about here. All we need is a hand.
Say what?
I want you to notice that how he's looking down and around, just telling you that they're making this up off the fly.
You full of That's what you are. You full of
Notice that he's shaking. He's not firm in his stance. He's not firm in what he's saying. I just want y'all to just watch his body language. Understand that this man is like flustering out of words and just coming up out of bucks with it. Just making up anything.
Already voted for this clean, short-term, nonpartisan CR. As the Speaker
Watch
said,
Mike Johnson's face in the back.
no policy riders, no gimmicks, nothing in here that benefits Republicans. This is a straight-up 7-week funding resolution.
He can't even keep his eyes up on the lie. Come on, Mike Johnson.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
You're the reason why y'all getting caught up. Because your face is telling it all. Your face is
things that the Speaker just alluded to, all the Americans who are adversely impacted by this government shutdown. Now, this is something, as you all know, as recently as the last administration, during the Biden administration, when the Democrats have the majority here in the United States Senate, the Democrats on 13 different occasions voted for this, a short-term continuing resolution. Now, I have to ask, what's changed? What's different about this? What's different?
What y'all trying to get rid of?
That's what it's about.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
It's not far left. Medical is universal, babes. So let me introduce y'all to Numb Tongue John Thune, okay? Numb Tongue John Thune. Numb Tongue John Thune just be talking out his behind like a donkey from left to right. This is Numb Tongue John Thune. Everything that comes out of his mouth, just know it's numb. Okay, it's full of it. It's full of it. He should be foaming at the mouth of manure. But you're gonna let him continue to speak. Because we like to play both sides over here. Just to hear you out and give you a chance. Just a little bit. Let's continue.
Who are the tail wagging the dog right now?
Really?
Who are the tail wagging the dog right now?
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
To keep the government funded, which is sitting right now. This is sitting at the Senate desk. We will have a vote another hour or two, and it'll be the 4th time that Democrats will have an opportunity to vote to keep the government open.
That doesn't sound like negotiation. That sounds like you're forcing their hand. How about a negotiation over our health care that is already sitting at premiums of about $300 to $400, as high as up to $800 and something a month? How would I know? Because I pay for a private insurance.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the
I had a
reason?
reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
So, thank you to the Affordable Care Act, because I would be paying thousands. But there's a reasonable price for me. But they're not. They're talking about, like, Democrats don't want to talk it out, and Democrats is just saying, like, "Yo, can we negotiate something different? Can we put some negotiations on the line?" But they're not trying to negotiate that one thing out. They're just saying, "Well, let's send this forward and continue on into the, next time, and we can come back and bring it up." They're never going to bring it up. They're like bad exes. They're never going to bring it up. You know what I mean? So let's.
Now, at some point, reason, good sense, common sense has to take effect here.
Nigga, are you really want to talk about common sense here?
Hey, shut your mouth.
The speaker alluded to all the impacts on illegals and free health care programs in this country. A bill loaded with one.
Okay, I'm done with these motherfuckers because they womp, 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 womp. And we